So
we have horror stories
here's what I would
forever.
like. I want to get it. Do you guys have contact information for any of the therapists that have gone in there?
Yes, so this was the translator for one of the main psychiatrists. She, after hearing this from several children, she told the main psychiatrist named Danny what she had heard, and she was when she sat the kids down and said, listen, I know those people. Those people love you, and those people are here to get you home, to get you out. Do not believe what they are saying. You know, they're already vulnerable, but that's just at an emotional level.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is a battleground right now. All of these cars that you see are employee cars. They have employee parking everywhere. After we had Easter service,
that's okay, guys. Don't worry.
they block us. They block our things up. Councilman Farias was here. He got insulted. They put a chain so we couldn't access. All of these cars are theirs. They've been told to block us in, so we have nowhere to park.
They don't ever park here normally.
We use these chairs and these ladders to see the kids.
Try to.
One day we come here and there's a random chain all over.
No, it was a second combination lock on our
Yeah.
chain. So we couldn't open it.
We chained it to the palm tree, and we have a combination lock. They added the lock so we couldn't get our stuff.
And we had them chained to that lock though for a long time.
Yeah.
And just one day they decided to.
To put a second combination lock.
Yeah. And at the same day they stole
They
our
stole
sign.
the heavy
Insults,
Sand-
and we've been getting insulted, threatened, lied to. I mean, like places where we can't stand it. Now we find out our council land.
You need to talk to my office.
We call the police. We get an incident. We get a report. Yeah.
But the difference was Councilman Farias came because we were having a Mother's Day event here. He came to walk the route with us, and they didn't know who he was, and they started insulting him, and they started harassing him. And he, you know, once it happens to a public official, it was a good thing that it happened because it does give it legitimacy. He made a video, and he called on you, and everybody's like, "You guys follow me. Come and see what's happening." We're getting to that. You know, the witnessing here 7 days a week. The ultrasound machine's going in.
The
reports
shredder
that we
machine was
find,
just
shredders,
here. It's probably
Homeland
over there by
Security.
now.
It's like
The buses.
the buses.
2 busloads of children, 8 p.m.
Bringing them in.
Bringing them
They
in.
used to come
Always
in
in
vans.
that night.
2 busloads that night.
2,
April 25th.
yeah.
Southern Bus Company, and we made a fuss about it.
And they
a lot of
canceled
people
the
online
contract.
made a fuss about it.
terminated
And
it.
Southern terminated their contract
Same
day.
Because we're now targeting the
So what I
companies.
wanted to know is, to us, there are 2 main issues. We've talked about this a lot. People are saying, why? Number one, hopefully you'll support Senator Rumley's bill. Shut down children prison camps.
Yeah, I'm on the.
Yeah, and the second one is, no matter where you are, whether you call it temporary shelter, 20 days out. We understand
law.
that they need to make sure that the house they're going to is safe. But if they already agreed to 20 days and out, presumably they thought they could do it. Not 60, not 6 months.
Or a year. Some kids have been here a year.
Yeah, no, I know. Young girl that was here 9 months.
So they have 3 times the amount of money that the other facilities get. So at 3 times the amount of money, they should be able to get these kids out quickly. But there's no incentive to because they're making money. So while the shelters in Texas go, half empty and they're nonprofits, why do they send them all here when those permanent?
I mean, that's a simple answer.
Yes.
They're making money.
I
That's
know.
why they're sending all of them here.
Not even making money. They make obscene amount of money.
They're making so much money.
So right now, when Tornado closed,
They should be investing that money on immigration attorneys, immigration judges.
Exactly, so they can process
Judges
And
work.
there's no reason why we can't have transparency. There's no reason why it can't go in.
So
there's
what-
no reason why they have to be detained.
How do we solve this problem?
We have a couple of bills.
Yeah.
One of them is the Families Not Facilities Act.
Right.
And it's trying to eliminate the need for a homestead, and it's trying to shorten the period.
Yeah.
So that's one. There are a couple of
Yeah.
things that we're working on. My team is talking today to Donna Shalala's team, to Debbie Mucarsell team, to see what the next legal steps are, because they're not allowing us under entry only when we make an appointment, and that's not what the law says. The legislation that we passed, or that the previous Congress passed. So, and I need to get homestead residents to be more involved.
they are beginning to.
Yeah.
Do you know when the floors, inspector
I know.
report will come
We
out?
need to get the homestead residents
Yes.
to.
Debbie, the last time you were here, though, didn't you have an appointment to do that?
When I came last time, no. We had called. We had to give them 5 days notice, but that wasn't enough.
Okay, I
apparently,
didn't give you an appointment.
because it was only 5 days.
So can you not just force the issue and
So
go?
I'm gonna go on
Okay.
and see what happens.
Ring a sign.
I want to.
Can I tell you one last story?
Debbie,
Yes.
she's got one last.
Yeah.
When all of these people have MDAs, you know that there's a lot of secrecy. It's hard to get information. Just recently, they're starting to interview all of the children from Tornillo, and they're telling their stories. Right now, and he's not ready to talk to me because this is really fresh, but we know of a child who was here for 3 months in Homestead, turned 18, he spent a month in Chrome, he got out of Chrome, he was housed in a very
No, it's okay.
loving,
My wife and I
trusting
housed
house.
him for a week.
And the
And it was
kid's a
hell.
mess.
The
The
kid-
kid is
Where
a
is he
mess.
right
He's now in Chicago. My wife and I have probably hosted 20 people out of Chrome. It's a celebration. It's a wonderful time, and we are. This kid was so abused and traumatized. It was the worst 8 days of everybody's life. He's in a Catholic shelter in Chicago.
So let's you and I talk about that.
Because this is firsthand. This is coming, and this is mess. And this is what's happening to them.
We are in unprecedented territory in this
We know
country.
that.
Okay. The complete disregard for the rule of law by not just the president but everybody around him. That's real, and we're really. And I mean, I think that we are in a very dangerous time in this country, and people have to start paying attention. We can't do this. We can't do this alone. We have to do it together. The community, all the other elected officials, we have to do all these things together, because we are detaining kids.
And we need you.
We're detaining kids, and they're making money off of it.
Debbie, can't you come with, a warrant or immigration lawyer, something to get in?
There are 2 immigration lawyers in there, but it's true. This is right now being contracted out to a for-profit company. So they have an agreement. They have to sign an agreement. The immigration lawyers are agreeing that they can't disclose information. They have to do it. And I've requested.
Text a friend of mine. She'd like to talk to him for 17.
Let me see what happens.
Okay.
On this Sunday, there's gonna be a Mother's Day rally.
I saw that.
And it would be so beautiful if you could come as a mother.
My husband saw that, and he said, "You're not going on Mother's Day to that march because you never see your kids."
No, but come with your kids.
Yeah.
It's a family.
People
Bring
are
your
bringing
kids.
their children.
We should do it on Saturday, and I'll be here.
Yeah, I know.
I'm telling you, I got into a little thing with my husband because he says, "You're not here with the kids."
Okay,
Bring the
can you come on
kids.
Saturday?
Yep. We'll make something happen.
Okay.
Yes.
Around noon?
But she'll talk to you now. But I'm sure she'll.
Okay. We'll do something on Saturday.
Hey, we can do this together.
So she's with us on the issues.
I know, but like other than legislation, which is very cumbersome and takes a lot of time, what do we do? You know what I mean? What?
Talk to me about us starting a petition for the local homestead.
Yep,
She
okay.
She cannot get the mayor behind her. And she said if we had a petition that we could at least submit
Okay.
to him, plus emails to him and phone calls to him.
But I'll see you at
She
Okay.
said she does.
So we're the
Given the fact that this is unincorporated, can we get the support of the? I thought it was
I'll come on
Daniela's
Saturday.
district, but it's not.
No,
He's
it's
the county
Saturday.
commissioner.
My husband was like,
Okay.
It's federal
We'll
law.
take it.
yeah.
But I understand. But who's the one
He
that
doesn't lay down the law. He was like, listen.
Yeah.
No, you gotta listen
I know.
sometimes.
Yeah. He was like,
For the kids.
well, he's like, you're traveling every week.
Yeah.
It's Mother's Day.
Yeah.
You have to be with your kids on Mother's Day.
So you need to bring a hat. You need to bring sunscreen,
Just bring
water,
yourself. We'll take
and
it
We'll,
from there.
we'll have
Share the
water.
water.
On Saturday.
Saturday.
Let's do it in the morning, right?
Yeah, we're here all
Let me
day.
make sure. Do I have anything? Let's make sure with my calendar that I don't have. It's the 11th of May. Do you know if I have anything? Let me see.
Check with your work book because I
And
left
then
her
we
the
can.
car.
Let me see. Let me see.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we're here doing our thing. Yeah, because the concept of witnessing is really interesting. It's very different than protesting. It's really spending time. It's seeing what happens.
Yeah, so we can do it Saturday. You guys are here all
We're
day, but
here. You tell us when you'll
Well,
be
we're
here.
s-
We'll be here.
We're here by 9 and we're set up by 10.
we could do 10. 10
Perfect.
Saturday.
It's a date.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you.
No.
You plan on?
You guys.
Will you stop by on your way out?
Yes. Oh, good. Thank you. No, I will.
We need to do a group portrait.
No, let's let them. We'll go do their business. Yeah.
Yep,
we'll
go.
do that.
Do a group portrait.
Because you are keeping it real.
Yeah.
We are.
And you're telling me what's going
Well, we're
on.
just glad you're accessible. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
No. Please.
Good luck.
But you've been making a few connections to your own.
No. Because I went to a.
There she goes. She's going to demand entry into the facility.
Just my.
You all please step on the side. Thank you.
Okay. What's the time right now?
10:03.
10:03. So let's see how quickly she gets spit out of there. Shouldn't be long.
Bob, if you bring my sign in it there. Yeah.
Bring stuff.
Oh, an extra sign?
I keep that in my car all the time.
They left this guardhouse empty. We could do horrible
You
things.
got a good tip, sir. I didn't know whether you wanted to be here or not. Am I gonna get arrested for standing here?
You never know.
It's good.
Let's see how many minutes it takes them to spit her out.
They were in there last night for like half hour.
That's true. Yeah.
Long enough that we put the democracy letters down.
No, her car is down the road.
It wasn't a white one?
It was a white one.
Yeah,
down
I
the
was
road.
too busy.
Yeah, she parked down there.
So did anybody take pictures of her seeing the kids? Were there ladders down there?
The lady that's with her took
Yeah,
pictures.
but us, none of us.
I was
No, but she
the only
hasn't
one
gone
down
there.
there.
Oh, she did.
She did.
That's where she came
Nobody
in.
took her.
And all of us were waiting for her here. She saw the kids.
And nobody
and
took
I
a
was
I
picture
don't know
of
if she
it.
got on a ladder.
And
Yeah, she got on a ladder next to me, and I was on
But
the
did she
ladder.
take a picture?
Anna, tell us
didn't take
about
any
it.
pictures.
That she was that lady that was with her. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Natalia.
She took a picture of us on
We
the
can ask
ladder.
Natalia.
Did she
to
see
send
the
us.
children?
She saw the children.
Did she wave to them and
She
did they
to
wave
them,
back?
Yeah.
And we waved back, and I told her about the hats, and I said, you know, look at the color, and she said, well, everything about this is a prison.
Right.
And I said,
Absolutely.
Aren't these prison color hats? And
Yep.
she said, yeah, everything about this place is a prison. And that's when she told me she's working on something to shut it down. And,
Carlos, go my bail.
She's working on that, and you know, I asked her. I said, you know, why can't you just go in? You know, I don't understand it. You got to go walk. She says a lot of bureaucracy. I don't know.
I know.
All that stuff.
I know.
And oh yeah, they're getting nervous now.
Yeah.
She snuck in to see the kids. We missed it.
Yeah, would you like to have a picture?
But you know what? Because we thought she got a better look.
I didn't even see when she
Yeah,
did.
she did. She got up on the ladder.
I missed the very beginning.
Because she
Well,
partially on that.
Here we are. We'll get it from her assistant when she comes out.
Yeah, Natalia.
Oh, okay.
Well, she's told me she's sending me pictures before. I still haven't gotten them. But well, that's good for her assistant.
Oh, just my sister.
She works with me. Natalia works
The
with me.
connection.
Natalia works with me. Count.
Natalia?
Yeah.
She's Debbie's chief of staff.
But what group was she with before?
I have no idea.
It was.
I told
So
her
is she going to get a golf cart visit like John Kelly?
I did tell her that
I didn't know
we
she
have
was
not gone.
also
We haven't been able to see the 17-year-olds. I said we can see them, but
Dan,
we can't.
Horton,
Last night, Charlie.
If you have some time, we'll go for a walk.
Okay.
No, I can't believe she has like. Have a seat.
Charlie had a breakthrough yesterday.
Sat down.
But I said this is all we can see is what we see here.
She declared her.
Right, of course they say that.
And I said,
Yeah.
hey, Chroma's in your district that you want to serve. You need to see it. She said, of course I do.
Yeah, you're getting all nervous now because we're over here. And there's not even a guard here in this little house.
I know. His little house.
Right there, his little
Here he
house.
comes. Somebody man.
Ticasa.
There's more of them than me. What do they call it? Jokesters. They're walkie-talkie.
Still waiting, but they're obviously getting a little agitated probably by our presence, our peaceful presence standing here.
But we don't care. Orange hats, and we wanted to do something about that, and we're like, oh, we should get orange hats and da da. So with the yesterday, and I was telling her the story, and by the time she left, she ordered 2 dozen orange hats. So we all want to stand with orange hats in solidarity. And like, we are with you. There's a fence between us, but
Yeah.
so yeah.
Here goes the security people. Then there's a golf cart.
Tell her to move
And
this
also,
car
all
once you come
last
in.
week, we had Homeland Security police here on site all the time. Prior to that, we really only ever saw Miami-Dade.
I don't know. She's the head security person.
Uh-huh.
Are they readying her golf cart?
God, where's that thing?
There they go. Let's see.
With their attitude, right?
Oh, looks like there's a spot for 2 people on that golf cart right there. Maybe it's them. And one of the things that she said, which I disagree with, is that she doesn't want to go wait for 2 weeks, and I understand that part. But she's saying that, you know, they can clean up all the areas they need to clean up. Right. Honestly, this place is so old and run down, they could not clean this place up or change what it is. You know what I mean? If kids are sleeping 144, you know, in bunks in one room, they can't change that in 2 weeks. They can't change how run down those buildings are or how moldy they are in some areas. They can change a little bit of things, but not enough that would make this look okay.
And I also talked to her about hurricane season. I said, you know, and she's confident that they have a plan to get them. She said they'll put the kids on buses and they'll get them out. Don't worry about hurricanes.
So where are they going to go?
Yeah. Mary Kay asked them that. Mary Kay asked the guards, and they said, "Oh, don't worry, it's going to be great. It'll be totally fine." And
they're
like
going to
a
leave them on
camp,
the buses
like
until
summer
the
camp,
hurricane
right?
passes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to summer
Or a
camp.
5-star hotel.
And she said to me, you know, they are taking care of the kids. They're feeding them, and you know, and clothing them. I said, yeah, I know that. But
we
I don't know if you
understand
know, but
that.
I was senior traffic controller here at the base.
Yeah.
I retired in 2013, and I worked in the tower, which was built after Andrew, and it was full of mold. I got black mold from working here.
Andrew, and it was really.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what these buildings here are
Yeah.
here.
No, but it was built after Andrew,
Every
so you
building in
can't
that
blame it on Andrew.
base has mold.
Yeah,
I
it
mean, they've been
does.
slowly having to, and I had to get OSHA involved
Yeah,
because they weren't going to do shit for me.
yeah.
And that's for
Where do
people
you
they're
live now?
supporting.
What's that? Where do you live?
I live in
It's in
Homestead.
Homestead.
Yeah.
So the new building, or not the new building, the other building that's been empty that they're now going to put the new kids in, hasn't been
Nothing's been
open
done to that.
in many, many years. Since Andrew. So,
Was in 1992.
No,
Right,
that's from all over the country.
so there's truly almost no way that that building could be safe for the kids.
Do you guys know how close to the back fence the children are staying? So there's a limit that is between the children's camp and the strip, right? And the landing strip. Do you know how far?
No.
No, we don't know that.
You could look at Google Earth.
Yeah.
You'd have
For
to
an
look
estimate.
Well, there are buildings, but it's hard to know which ones are inhabited.
Right.
Um,
It is hard to.
I'm a PhD student. I work on I'm studying the base, and so I've seen a lot of
Wow.
the planning
Yeah.
there because this used to be part of the base and the commissary.
Yeah, that's what they're building?
No, it used to be the base commissary, and it was shut down.
Oh, all the building that's going on next to that?
No, the building that's going on next to it is a new super secure entryway for the base.
Okay.
So instead of going through the entrance that we see all these people coming in
Okay.
now, they're going to go through there. There'll be a visitor center and they'll do car checks for explosives. So now you can just pretty much walk onto the base if you're with someone. But starting when and that's how I get on, because I obviously don't have a permission to study the base. But now you'll have to pull into the entryway across the street, get checked in there, and they're going to build up a secure entrance. So I don't know how people will get through the camp, because they're going to take over the road. You won't be able to pull in off.
You won't be able to drive on Bougainville Boulevard out here?
I don't know. I don't know how it'll work. I mean, I'm sure you will, because they have to get back here. And this is county land. So of course, this camp is federal land. It's DOL.
Right.
When that was the commissary, I'm sure it was on the base and you couldn't just walk up there.
The base went all the way to where Manuel Diaz Farms is.
Yeah.
So all those little roads back there that are overgrown were part of the base. It was base housing that got wiped out in the hurricane.
Aren't they still using this commissary, that building?
No.
It was open on the weekend, and I saw people going in there.
Well, it's Job Corps. It's part of the camp.
Oh, that big empty building is now Job Corps?
Well, no, it was Job Corps, and now it's the Children's Detention Camp.
No. This big building that's down here across from I saw people. It's all blocked off. You can't get into it. But
That
on
was
the weekend,
that's
a commissary. That's what I think.
Yeah, it was, but they closed it years ago.
But it was open this weekend. People were going in there, so I thought it was still a commissary.
And they came out with a shopping cart
Really?
of stuff, but who knows? Who knows what
Yeah,
is?
but that belongs to the shelter. That's a DOL building. So it used to be the base commissary, but then it was turned over to the DOL.
Oh, it belongs to the shelter now.
All of this belongs to DOL, and it belongs to it's the shelter is renting. From DOL.
Oh, okay. So that was a commissary building, and it was open I saw people going in there on the weekend.
Yep.
Okay, so they're building a secure checkpoint up above here
For the base.
meaning that it may not be possible after that to get down Bougainville Boulevard, to get down to the detention facility.
They can't close the county road.
Yeah.
So is that one, and they sure close it.
I mean, it was always open though when the base was there. So why would the base close it? You know what I'm saying? This road has remained open as long as the base has been there. So yeah, but the base is not involved with it.
Anything to limit know that they're kids.
I gotta go home and live.
Oh,
My mom's
thank
caregiver.
you. Thank you for coming.
They don't want them to know. Okay. Thank you so much for coming.
Okay, you're welcome.
Bye, Nancy, honey. Thanks, sweetie.
Let's work on that petition. Let's have a meeting.
Yep.
Talk about the petition.
Okay, this week, right?
Yeah.
Let's get it going.
What time is it now, you guys?
I don't know. I guess she got in.
10:15.
Okay, so that means she's been in there for
12 minutes.
Okay, 12 minutes.
Well, that'd be good if we saw them. I don't know.
What is a county council? It's not a county commission. Is that like a precinct cap?
It's like a zone thing.
Do they have any power?
They're going to turn it into housing.
There's many of them.
I knew he's been helpful, but wait a minute. You're not a county commissioner. You're not a city commissioner. Who are you?
The zoning
Pay
council.
attention to your ballot.
I voted Monroe.
Oh.
I can tell from looking at his webpage that he's
But I mean, wasn't he involved with last year?
Yes, but I just never knew what a councilman was.
the fact that he has that very
Oh, commissioner.
But I thought this was Daniela's district. I heard this.
That's what it is. I love that.
None of us are from here.
Somebody said it's
debonair KH is here.
Maybe not.
Sorry, folks, for watching. There's no way to pause it on a Facebook Live, so we're just waiting to see if she comes out. And if it doesn't happen in the next few minutes, I'll go ahead and finish this video and then start another one.
Republican, but she voted right.
Is that there or
And it shouldn't be
other places because I don't know if there's an exit out of this to.
But now everything.
Get one Republican, it changes the perception of the issue.
Now we can. But I hope
All these fabulous people showing up super early on a Monday morning to gain access to their legislator, Debbie Mucarsell Powell, and she's gone in the building demanding access, and that was about 13 minutes ago. We're still waiting for her to come out.
So happy to see you. All of it, like painted, the kids, even the storm was fun. You know, it was like,
when I put it in
Yeah.
my hand, there's like thunder in the back.
Good.
I don't know if she, I mean, it wasn't here, but I don't know if she has at the time.
Yeah,
It was meant to be. Like that contact history.
But it was just like, there's not even like, we shouldn't even go see it, but there's not even like room. It's just like a piece of cement, like with wall, and somehow with Chapman, you always got. I got a video.
We recently found out that from councilmen that all of this land that they have been keeping us off is not theirs. It's county property. So this is a huge amount of space to increase our presence, because our presence has been almost shut down because of the employees parking on county property in a way, so see that parallel, in a way that we can no longer gain any parking spots. So they think that we're all going to leave because they've taken all our parking spots, while most of their employee parking lots have gone at least half empty. This is just one of the dirty tricks that they pull on a daily basis. The councilmen were supposed to get this turned around and put up signs that nobody can park there, but it hasn't happened yet. And also down the street where they've barricaded other areas, those are county property too. They don't belong there, so they're going to have those barriers removed by forklifts. At some point soon, we hope, and then we'll have access to a parking area, which will be great. And then all the rest of these people who were already told once to not park in these area, they're still parking in all of these spots. And if you try to have a conversation with them, it doesn't go well. Anyways. They come in between 5 and 6 a.m. They take up all the spots, then go to work, then we arrive, and and their employees have to jump these curbs to park in these spots in their new cars that they've got because they have new high-paying jobs. Here she is.
And they just here we go. They just happen to.
Here she is.
Let her in.
Let her in. Let her in. Let her in. Let her in. Let her in. Let her in. Let her in. Let her in. Let her in. Let her in. Let her in. Let her in.
Make up the phone calls. They did not let me in, but they're getting very defensive. It wasn't very friendly in there. Yes, it's becoming more and more aggressive. So I was trying to explain that there's a law that allows me to go in, and they said that they have their policies and procedures, and I said, well, the law comes before any policies and procedures. So I'm going to make some phone calls.
Good. Debbie, thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank
we
you.
really appreciate
Thank you.
When
Don't
can
give
you?
up.
Can we ask for one more favor? We didn't get to see you on the ladder with the kids. Can you go visit the kids?
Oh, yeah, I hope they're
And
they would love that.
when will you come back?
Saturday morning.
I mean, when will you come back to try to get in again?
I'm going to try to figure that out.
Okay. Okay.
Try to figure that out. I mean, they're being very difficult. They're not being helpful. They obviously have a lot that they're not prepared to show if they don't allow them.
Correct.
To do that is really
This the building in the back over here, hasn't been open since Andrew, and they're trying to put the new kids into that. So there's a lot of concerns about the safety of that building from a mold perspective and everything else. I don't know.
The inspections. Well, there's no way for me to be able to inspect if they don't let me in.
Yes. Yep. Is there a way to force them to abide by the Flores agreement?
That's
part of your.
That's part of what we're trying to figure out. Look, the problem is that when you're managed from the top, and the top is completely disregarding our oversight duties, then they feel entitled to do the same thing. It's the culture of this administration to disregard the rule of law.
Thank you for what you're doing. We appreciate it. This is our 85th day of witnessing.
Yeah. You're helping me by giving me the information that you get and you see what's going on. People that are coming in and out.
I mean, the shredder truck was here not 10 minutes before we saw you. So. Aw. Our legislator is now gonna have another interaction with the kids, which is amazing.
So for the record, these calisthenics, this is a show for you.
It is
They've
just for
only
you.
done this when the Flores inspectors were here. They did calisthenics. The moment they left, there was no more calisthenics. There was another group of inspectors. This is for you. These calisthenics do not happen.
It's all a show.
This
Even
is
the
a
staff
show.
has told us it's a show.
Yep. So don't believe it, because it's pure theater.
Hola! Hola! Hola, niños!
Hola, niños!
Los queremos!
Los queremos!
Over there, the ones that are coming out.
Los queremos!
No están solos.
Somos amigos!
But when they first come out the tent, they look for us. And they wait all the way to the next tent. That's the best time that we can.
They come over that little hill by that little
Yep.
house. They look for us.
They immediately look. So when they come out, you gotta see them go. And then they're told they can't do it anymore.
The guard there asked me how Josh was.
Oh my gosh, they are doing calisthenics.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
it's
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Oh
It's
my
such a show.
God.
It's just for you. It's so hot out. It's not real.
And it's so hot here.
It's supposed to be doing this all yeah. That's why I'm
Now they're getting creative.
We need orange hats!
Cards with their bodies.
They team up to do it so we can see it. They make stuff for us in our class.
I've got a hat lady. How many hats do we want?
We just want to make a statement. A lady yesterday ordered 24. We don't generally have that many. We just want this thing with orange hats and give them and say, we're together. We don't have that many people here.
But I can tell her we need 100 oranges.
I wonder what color the range of the girls. We have 2 dozen ordered for orange.
Okay, you let me know. Because the hat lady, remember Gail?
Yep.
Yeah, she wants to buy hats.
Yeah, no, I guess I think that's for that one thing. No, I'm like,
We'll get a petition in your hands
Carla.
this week.
we're with you.
Yes, yes.
We're working on
I'm
it.
doing okay. I'm
We
right
appreciate you doing the right
I'm
thing.
out, at home.
Thank you. I know. It's criminal. It's hard to come here. Don't forget.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Do you have a card, Natalia? I do. I
Tina,
nice to meet you guys this week.
We're working on it. I just need to follow the right procedures.
Right.
And that's what I'm
I tried also calling the director of GSA County, but I haven't gotten a call back.
I'm like, right here, right here. I don't even have a picture on the
You know, because that's their land, GSA.
With us.
It's listed as the only calisthenics.
So they just opened this part? Is that right?
No, this has been open.
So it took 65 days,
yeah.
but they have hats.
But we did get them hats and
First day. Thank you so
but
much.
But other than like,
They showed up on Friday.
they get 1 hour of large muscle activity a day. So that's how they describe it to us.
play soccer.
Well, they do.
They
for short
do.
periods of
Yeah.
time.
If that's what they want to do with their 1 hour of large muscle activity. Yeah.
But the thing is
So,
that, you know, we watch and there are so many children, you know, thousands of children here, and we're trying to figure out, you know, by watching how long one group stays out, you know, and then gets rotated off to another group coming, and we just don't know how all of the kids are actually getting that 1 hour.
We know that the girls weren't for the very longest time until after the Flores people were here and made some recommendations. The next day the girls were out.
I'm going to make a phone call right now to someone in ORR to tell them that I need to be allowed in.
Other than legislation,
Yeah, and Nancy had to leave because she had an eye doctor appointment.
other than legislation, which will never make it through the Senate or us, the president, what can we do?
I'm working with the community right now, Homestead.
Okay.
I think that we need to have Homestead residents join us in the effort to not allow this to happen in Homestead.
And Patricia
But that
Fairfax
is-
coming on Sunday.
Right. We cannot wait for a bill to go through the House, the Senate, and signed by the president. It doesn't work.
You can't do anything until she gets the mayor's signature.
I know. Can we get a group picture?
Bye-bye.
Did we?
Oh.